Donald Trump, during the siege of the Capitol, had a couple of attempts to seem presidential, and he biffed it. The whole thing just totally biffed it. It was terrible. Then apparently he started to hear from some of his attorneys that the way he had been continuing to justify the actions that left 4 dead, including a police officer, which we'll talk about later, that he might be exposing himself to legal liability. And as a result of that, we now have the president's new tone. Let's take a look at it.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Okay, so effectively, did I say that I wanted you to sack the Capitol? That was my mistake and my bad. I'm sorry for that. But really fast fact check. I immediately deployed the National Guard. No, you didn't. No, you very, very, very much did not do that. But it does sound good as a preemptive legal defense that you did that, but you didn't do it. Anyway, we've got more on this, Brett, but what do you think about his new totally presidential tone? Is this the moment that he actually became president?
Yeah, finally became president with about a week, 2 weeks left. It's funny, like half of his cabinet has resigned. The other half is just put in their 2 weeks notice. Like,
yeah.
And they'll be out anyway. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. In terms of whether or not he deployed the National Guard immediately, Larry Hogan, the governor of Maryland, is now actively saying, like, no, we had and continued for many hours to have 500 Maryland National Guard troops on the border, essentially waiting to go in and help out. And the federal, the outranking non-state people from the National Guard essentially told them not to.
Yeah,
refuse that offer. And that's one of many agencies that refused offers of help. Now, I'm sure later in the show we'll go into the nuances of, like,
we will,
how weird it is with federal troops doing this kind of stuff. But the National Guard tried to help, and Trump in this specific scenario rejected it, or was so incompetent and uninterested in any of this that it took going through Mike Pence for people to actually end up helping to put down something that this is what's so frustrating to me. He's like, oh, these demonstrators, already calling them demonstrators, defiled the seat of power in this country. No, you did. And anyone with half a brain was saying this is absolutely going to happen. This is exactly what he's saying to do. And to say that someone got in his ear that day and finally got through to him, no, he had every opportunity up until now. This is what everyone's always already been saying.
Yeah, which is why you didn't hear, any like personal accountability. You didn't hear, oh, maybe I shouldn't have told them to fight like hell and march to the Capitol, like literally that morning. No, he wasn't involved at all. And that's pretty much what we've seen from everyone, no matter how involved they were. People have been talking about how like Turning Points USA and Charlie Kirk bust like 80 groups in there. And now suddenly it's like, no, nothing like that. It was all Antifa, we didn't have anything to do with that. No, there's no accountability for anyone. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.